Hello and thanks for joining us. The Four Seasons Mall in Plymouth hasn't been much of a mall in quite some time.
Every storefront is vacant, and attempts several years ago to build a Walmart in the site did not come to fruition. But now Plymouth city officials are working to turn the site into something viable. Dwayne Cleveland explains.
It's an older building. Some would say it's substantially blighted. Because of that, it certainly pushes towards the top of wanting to try to figure out what can be done.
On the surface, a shopping center near a residential neighborhood in an affluent city sounds like a good idea. And for a time, it was.
I think it's very sad from what it used to be. I've lived here for 30 years, and it used to be very vibrant and a lot of stores that I would go to, walk to.
But over the years, the Four Seasons Mall turned into what it is today.
It's just sitting there empty.
21 acres of empty storefronts and crumbling infrastructure.
It just brings the neighborhood down, I think.
The Four Seasons Mall is essentially a ghost town right now. It's been that way for about the past 5 years. Plymouth city officials say that probably won't be changing anytime soon.
It's a challenging site.
Plymouth Community Development Director Steve Jutton says it's a challenging site because any developer would have to demolish the existing buildings and deal with soil on the site.
It's a process. It's going to take unique developers, special developers, and we will work with them to come up with something that the city will be proud of.
Walmart bought the property in 2010, but the retailer ultimately decided the site wasn't right for them after getting pushback from the city council and nearby residents.
Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. The Four Seasons Mall in Plymouth will sit vacant a while longer.
The plans for redevelopment have now fallen through. Eric Nelson joins us now with more. Eric?
Yeah, Alex and Mike, it is back to square one for Plymouth and Walmart, which owns the Four Seasons Mall, meaning this 8-year saga will continue to drag on. Rock Hill Management could not make the financial numbers work and is now no longer part of a project that was supposed to revive the mall with new business, including a couple of hotels.
It's frustrating for everybody. It's frustrating for the city staff, city council certainly. It's frustrating for the residents that are in the area. We get calls on a regular basis, what's up, what's going to happen. You know, everybody wants to see something happen. So absolutely, it's something we wish there was activity on right now.
The Four Seasons Mall is currently a ghost town with empty buildings and a pothole-scarred parking lot. This 17-acre chunk of property is valued at $8.9 million, but has been vacant since Walmart bought the site for $10.6 million in 2010. No one is sure how this will play out, but whoever redevelops the mall will deal with some challenges.
The issue is the soils are really poor, and the costs to build buildings on that property are going to be more expensive than most other sites within the surrounding area. So yeah, the soils are the biggest challenge and the biggest cost.
Now, despite this setback, Plymouth Community Development Director Steve Jutton remains optimistic. He says the market is still strong and that patience will ultimately produce the best project.
In Plymouth, a vote to tear down Four Seasons Mall. One city council member said he's been looking forward to this day since the city bought the property last year. The Plymouth City Council unanimously approved seeking bids for demolition work, which the city plans to do this winter. One reason for the urgency, the city has seen an increase in illegal activity on the property. That includes break-ins and graffiti. The cost to do the demolition is about $1.5 million, which will come out of the city's transit fund reserves. The city hopes to eventually recoup those costs through the sale of the property. The city is also working with St. Paul-based Wellington Management to redevelop the Four Seasons site. Wellington has proposed a 412-unit apartment project. The company says rising construction costs have slowed the process down, with costs increasing about $18 million since it first applied for the project less than a year ago.
A moment on Monday that some residents in Plymouth have waited years for. Demolition work has started on the site of the former Four Seasons Mall. The 17-acre property at Highway 169 and Rockford Road has sat empty since 2012. The city purchased the site from its former owner, Walmart, late last year. The St. Paul Development Company is proposing to turn the property into 2 apartment buildings, as well as office and retail buildings. A park and ride is also part of the plans.